Mike the Ref Melody, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! The Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Lord.
And of course, you gotta get the Coffins in. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday night edition of the AEW Collision Sidecast. We gotta be close to 100 shows ourselves here. I wouldn't say, I'd say we'd probably be in the high 90s in terms of how many shows are going through. Hey, Nats. Good to see you here tonight. Good to see everybody here tonight, whether you're watching over on the YouTubes, on the Twitch, on the TikTok. Let me know where you're at. Come on and say hi. We're going to have some fun tonight. Just look at that. Got to get all the brands in here going. And for those watching over here on the TikToks, make sure sure, why not? Yeah. Okay, that's how that works. I love it when new apps give you literally information just as you open it up, even though you've had it opened up all day. Watching Collision, me and MLP. Well, that you know me. Well, we'll throw that rhyme in there. Before we get started here, one quick thing. I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Vic and JP for putting up with me over on the Hills Pops and Chair Shots podcast this past Thursday. Made some clips, went a little viral on a couple things. If you search AEW on the old X machine, I believe one of my comments is in the top 5. Yeah. Thanks, Nats. No, it was just natural just hanging in there. Good to see you tonight, Zodiac, as well. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Nick Tarot. He's at MLP tonight. Want to wish him all the best, being at a great wrestling show coming up. We got a great wrestling show coming up tonight. Sounds like my comments are getting better traction than Evolution. Yeah, they haven't even got 2,000 tickets sold, and I really don't blame them. It's a no-win situation right now for the ladies, which absolutely pisses me off in so many ways. As we're firing up Collision here just momentarily here. It's a no-win situation for the ladies. I thought it was the actual show. No, they got one last commercial to go. Ugh. Yeah, when it comes to the women there on for Evolution, they got a Beyonce concert. All those people in Texas that would love to be there, a lot of them just can't afford to fly across the country that quick to get there. And yeah, WWE's going to use this as fuel to not do another one. That's the part that pisses me off the most, more than anything else. It's TK. Well, absolutely it is. We all know it is. Oh, we're getting Adam Cole on commentary. Let's go. Putting it right after a set. Well, the thing is, it's in the same theater on the same day, right? Or on the next day. Or no, sorry. They're doing NXT in the same theater there. So, yeah. Mike's comments are getting better traction than American Freestyle Wrestling. We should almost put up a whole thread of this somewhere on socials. Mike's comments are getting more traction better than boom, 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 boom. Yeah, speaking of Texas, thoughts and prayers. Well, it's a nasty flood. I don't know all the details, so I don't want to get into them a whole lot, but I just want to wish everybody the best, regardless of... Like, a lot of people complain about affiliation and all that stuff. I don't give two rats' ass. I just want people to do well, be well. enjoy their life and have everybody there to support. But yeah, TKO's fall. Hey, Bray the Boss, good to see you here tonight. And yeah. Oh, that's right. He's doing story time tonight. I forgot about this. Think Cole will be commentary TV wrestling after? Oh, probably. Everybody likes him on commentary. Like he knows how to speak. He knows like if you guys haven't watched his Twitch streams, he's such a natural talker.
That collision is made in such a short time has been so impressive. But really, I just wanted to come out here and say thank you. Because AEW has the best professional wrestlers on the planet, delivering some of the greatest matches you've ever seen. But damn it, you are the best pro wrestling fans I have ever been in front of.
It's been a while since we got story time, yeah.
AEW is built on the future, and I'm excited about the future. Because
This isn't even really story time.
and this title is going nowhere. I am proud of where Collision has been, and I'm proud of where it's going. I'm proud to represent TNT as your TNT champion. I am proud about
Should make that a Twitch one. Twitch championship. Next week, all in text. The big match is 3-year Mox Page, Texas Death. Okay. Yeah, basically the big.
because damn it, I'm Adam Cole, baby. And that is undisputed.
Hey, PJC. Good to see you here tonight. What's on the dock for Oh, my. Okay, well, right now we're getting Kyle Fletcher coming out to interrupt story time with Adam Cole, baby. He's supposed to be taking on Daniel Garcia tonight.
I just wanted to personally congratulate everybody, and especially you on such a huge,
Please get the title off Mox Page, yeah. Bray, I will swing back to that idea about what we're looking forward to most a little later on in the show.
but the next 100 episodes of Collision and the entire future of this company belong to...
Hey, get the tables. How you doing tonight? How are you doing? Great to see you. Great to see everybody here. Like, we got everybody and their dog flying in here today. We might even get more fans here tonight than the Real American Wrestling show for this sidecast. Sorry, just throwing up a joke from earlier. So, hey, Eric, good to see you here tonight as well. Sorry, I'm beating the chat on the screen. I can't help it. You know, it's a little slow sometimes. How's everyone's 4th of July? Well, for me, well, I'm in Canada. Canada Day was on Tuesday. I worked, and yeah, took a boat out. Nice. No, 4th of July was yesterday, sir. It's the 5th today. Had so much fun with substance I forgot stuff. I really need to get that smoke weed every day one here for some of this stuff that goes on. Now, I hope everybody's had a great time on the 4th of July here. Oh, no, Real American Wrestling's not till the end of August.
So it all in the biggest show of the year, Texas Worldwide Field. I want a shot at my TNT championship.
This is what we were talking about for a while now. Yeah, we're definitely getting...
In this world knows there is nobody more deserving of that shot.
Okay, Kyle, calm down. Calm yourself. And here comes Garcia. Nats, the first one, it's like an indie promotion. You don't expect a ton of fans. It's not like the Bucks are putting it on or anything, so...
What's good, Ontario?
Oh my God, a lot of wrestling this weekend too.
Here you guys
Evolution card looks great.
The future of Collision, the future of AEW.
Like, everything looks great. It's just, when you start stretching people thin, you're starting to get the side effects of what's going to happen ticket sales-wise.
And that's Daniel Garcia.
Because remember, a lot of people can't afford to go to every show. It is 2025.
Tonight, and I'm not looking past you.
And if it was this weekend, you might have a little bit more of an opportunity because people get the appropriate time off.
See the person that beat me for the TNT title, and I see that TNT title around his shoulder.
And for the record, Nats, Goldberg is winning on...
I need that.
Goldberg is winning on Saturday night, just for the record.
All the respect in the world for you. And anytime, any place you want a shot at this championship, you got it. But do not forget, I beat you before, and I'll beat you again.
Everybody, just keep feeding the hate on that. Goldberg is winning that title.
The person who's living in La La Land, Kyle, you're lying.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Bray, that Nick's at Maple Leaf tonight, and I'm really happy for him.
You know you were done. I had your number then, and I have your number now. Not a change. So I got a great idea concerning this little
All right, I want to see what's going on here, chat. Like, I'm assuming we're getting a triple threat.
my TNT championship. Danny, you want a shot at my TNT championship, and I am a fighting champion. So in All In, I'll face the both of you.
Yeah, here it comes. Triple threat, triple threat, triple threat, triple threat.
No. I don't think that's gonna happen, Adam. I was screwed out of that championship once, and it will not happen again. I beat Daniel Garcia when he was the TNT champion in the Continental Classic, and I never got that shot. In a perfect and just world, I would be standing here right now as the TNT champion. Oh my gosh, hey, you think that you should be TNT champion? You think that you deserve to be
Okay.
Would you beat Daniel Garcia? Congratulations. Who hasn't beat Daniel Garcia?
Oh, wow. Who hasn't beat Daniel Garcia?
Career. I've been losing for my entire life, but every time I lose, I get back up.
So don't talk about losing again. Jesus, man.
I get back up. So Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher, I'm not asking for a shot at the TNT title because I deserve one. I want to earn it. So Fletcher, I got an idea. You and I, we're already wrestling tonight, right? In the main event, big match, episode 100 of Collision. But let's put it all on the line. Kyle Fletcher versus Daniel Garcia. The winner goes on to have the biggest match of either of their lives at All In against Adam Cole for the TNT Championship.
Forgot the Bebe part.
If that's how you want to play it, then that's how we'll do it, gentlemen. May the best man win.
All right, so it's Garcia versus Fletcher. Winner gets Cole. So odds are we're going to end up getting Fletcher winning that, or we're going to have a dirty finish, one or the other. Oh, and for the record, folks, let me just clarify this right now. Double count out, baby. As we get a Tony Storm promo going on right now. I predict, and you guys could go watch the Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots podcast that I did on Thursday. I explained it very well. Goldberg wins the title because that'll be the last thing that happens in wrestling on Saturday. Because the last thing is usually the loudest thing that gets said on a Saturday. Unless something really steps up above it. Which, if they're... Personally, I feel the wrestling on AEW will be better than anything you'll see on WWE. Just because of the brand and the style. And that's a comparative thing. Like, people can like WWE wrestling, people can like AEW wrestling. It is two separate kind of products. In WWE... Nats, you guys told me not to put Goldberg winning into this world. Don't you dare put 12 hours into this world. And there's no way in hell that's going to happen. Because AEW has to pay if it goes over 4 hours. Or over 5 hours, sorry, whatever block they get. Pay-per-view providers give you a window and that's what they sell. Oh my God, we're getting this already? Shelton Benjamin and Kevin Knight. We had this set up on Wednesday on Dynamite because Knight just would not stay down. No MJF, no Bobby, and you know they're here. This was taped on Wednesday. I'm sorry to spoil the fanfare for it, but yeah, my prediction is that Goldberg wins and then loses on Monday. Just so everybody's talking about it.
I gotta agree with the fact the most dominant team that we have seen in AEW, no doubt about it. And here comes one of the youngest stars.
Oh, that's right. This is a triple threat. We heard P-Nats. We heard P. Like, really, no, try to correct yourself here. We know what you said. Don't throw that word with an asterisk on the end. We heard P. I'd like to know how we heard P. Yeah, Bray, that's exactly what I think is going to happen, personally. It doesn't make sense to do, like, unless you're going to give Goldberg a hell of a match to go away on. I think he wins at his hometown and then loses it later. Don't even try the excuses. What was that here? So Nick Wayne got thrown. Oh, that's right. They're going to put this as a triple threat at the... This is why they're not doing triple... This is why they're not doing triple threat for the TNT title, because they already got a triple threat set up. Now I'm assuming Bailey is trying to sell his ribs right now, which actually makes a lot of sense. But yeah, this could be a way that... I wonder if the Hurt Syndicate loses the titles next week. Yeah, Eric, we were just talking about that. I got a feeling that the cash-in is going to be on next Monday. Just so they could have that newsworthy moment. How is Bailey at MLP and Collision at the same time? Uh-oh. We got an imposter. Somebody get the cops. We got an imposter here. Ugh. I just love the fact, and folks, we talk about older wrestlers working with younger ones. Shelton Benjamin working with two young guys like Kevin Knight and Nick Wayne in a match like this. The amount of stuff that he can learn. Shelton, what are you doing? You're not getting in there that quick. They could have got the pin there. So how cool is this that Christian actually held off on the Christian and Copeland tag team because he wanted to finish off his story with Nick Wayne in a proper way? For me, that just speaks volumes to everybody just trying to help the young people. Christian's the one that confirmed that. So, could Naomi cash in on Trish if she wins at Evolution so we get Jade versus Naomi 3 at SummerSlam? Doubt it. Doubt it. Doubt it. Mainly because when you have a street fight like that, I think neither wrestler's going to be in a condition to cash in after. It also depends what they do when they place the match. For example, if they put the women's title match where Trish gets the if Trish wins, which I don't think is going to happen. Because I think they are looking for Trish. I don't think you put Trish in there with Jade. I don't think you can put Trish in there with Jade. Look at the kids beating up the vet. Respect your elders, boys. Yeah. And as we get... So for those watching in the States, you guys get picture-in-picture. For us up here in Canada, unfortunately, it goes to a full commercial break. So anything that you guys get to see, we unfortunately don't get that opportunity over here. So that's why I can spend more time talking about other subjects with you guys here. And yeah, just talking about with Evolution here. I know we'll talk a lot. We got a lot of time to talk about that card next week. And I got a feeling that maybe next week, if anybody's here interested, want to throw up together, like, just sit back and talk about wrestling for a little while. So how many Bloodline iterations we getting in WWE? It's still one. And realistically, you're only getting that one Jacob versus Solo, and I don't know how long that's going to last. For that, at least for the feud anyway. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a long and consistent thing with those guys feuding. It might take itself all the way to Survivor Series. They do need to get a now that they've officially announced that they're doing War Games. Sorry, we're off to a hot start here, so I got to make sure I'm well lubricated as we go here. No, as we're watching all 3 cards coming up next weekend, and, well, 4 cards, I don't want to discount NXT. I will say, though, in terms of NXT, the one thing that's pretty damning for me on there is the fact that they're literally advertising a contract signing for a NXT PLE for TNA. Like a contract signing on the middle of a PLE. You tell me Tony Khan would throw a contract signing on a $50 show? Unless you're bringing The Rock out to do it, I don't think it makes any sense to do it there, but you know what? I still hope that they have a great show. I am I'm a lot pissed off about a match that's involving NXT there. Thoughts of Talatonga? How much can you really say until you actually see him work? I disagree with everything that TNA and NXT are doing. Well, all right, here's one for you. And I think there's a little bit of a difference because a lot of people could call us hypocrites here simply based on what we see right now with Mercedes Moné. But for those that aren't familiar, JC Jane's going to be taking on Jordan Grace at Evolution for the NXT Women's Championship. The winner of that match 5 days later has to face Masha Slamovich in a title match. Now, assuming they don't go old school and have a DQ or something like that finish where the title doesn't change hands on either side, they're going to have both titles settled up on one person. And I don't know. Nats, I understand where you're coming from here, Nats. Where you say titles should not be shared between promotions ever. I think there's 2 caveats. I personally feel it is a good idea. However, you need to book the talent properly if you're going to do that. If you set it up so that you're having the champion show up as a jobber every time, and I'm sorry, I'm using that word jobber. if you're using them as an enhancement talent for your own promotion, title versus title, it's all like, if you're having two champions face off, yes, you're going to have your home promotion typically win that. Just to show that your promotion's the best. But other than that, you got to make that other person look strong. And it's been too often that I've seen promoters not show the champion strong when they come in from another promotion. Because they have to show that their promotion's better than anybody else's. Hell, AEW's done that for the first 2 years of Wrestle Dynasty and even, or Forbidden Door, sorry. And even New Japan did it for Wrestle Dynasty to a very good point. Triggers killed NXT? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think NXT is just developing itself into a play. Roman, Fatu, Uso, Sam. Yeah, we'll talk about War Games as we go further, but one thing about this, Bray, is we could have 6 injuries and 4 different situational changes before we get there. I don't like to speculate too early unless I'm actually, like, if we're doing like a predictions video or something. And yes, Zodiac, before you bring it up, yes, I know I have to do it how the ref would book. And yes, I am working on it. It's just I work very slowly. And 5 movies, yeah. Well, 5 movies as well, yeah. One day. It'll be there. I do have a target time for it. And it'll make a little bit more sense. Could have over 200,000 points right now. Well, there you go. But, oh yeah, like this match right here. And that's why I say we'll talk a little bit more about the War Games and all that stuff later, because look at this. That almost looked like a double pin. He keeps getting hit on those ribs, though. One thing about Kevin Knight, and one thing he'll learn a lot for part of his tag team, for those that don't know, Speedball Bailey is well known for his old school psychology. And there's no rope break. You break the ankle, but he doesn't have to break the hold. Oh, God. And the ribs got to be absolutely punctured right now. Wow. Who trained Mike Bailey? I have to double check here. I like the fact they're actually announcing Afternoon War now. Montreal Wrestling Federation. I hate the fact that they had to rush and go straight to a commercial right now. Wait, hold on. I'll get to you guys in a sec here. Is Pac coming back? Or do we have somebody new? Do we have somebody new showing up? Maybe. Maybe Gabe. All right, I got to back this up here a little bit. Yes, Speedball did raid out to Nick once before, and Speedball's just a great guy. I've watched some of that too. So, in 1988, it was Jerry the King versus Carrying Unification match. WCCW versus AWA. If I do remember correctly, that ended up in a, was it a double DQ or a time limit? Because there was no winner in that. And that was actually something that was rather famous throughout the 80s. And you know Jerry Lawler's all about the 80s wrestling, right? When and this is apropos for a lot of the stuff of the 80s. When certain people refused to lose or certain people wanted to look weak, didn't want to look weak, they ended up always throwing these double countouts, double disqualifications, throwing out all over the place here. Bret Hart turned 68 on, I believe it was Wednesday, not Tuesday. He's not a Canada Day baby. He's a day after Canada Day. But it's also Adam Cole, Bebe's birthday today. So want to wish him a happy birthday to the Chugs. Had a great birthday stream for what I saw today. So what if it's Eddie Kingston as a partner? I don't. Nats, there's something you forgot about that. As much as we talk about how Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley have heat, Eddie Kingston would take a knife and skin Claudio alive if he had the opportunity. He would skin half his body, let him run around in pain, let the blood drain out, fill him up with blood, and then skin the other half to drain the other half again. That's how much Eddie Kingston hates Claudio. So, yeah, that's real. Believe there's no good point in women's tag titles because there are barely any teams. Yes, in many ways. Eric, there's something there's a comment that I made. Zodiac, as far as I know, it came from Chikara way back when, and these two actually did a promo about it in AEW. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember all the details, and I apologize for that. But, yeah, it's been ugly ever since, so. And then, yeah, just the rematch, the King won the title. Okay, so also the fact that WCCW, well, if you're going to have the champ run around for a while here with the titles, it's no different than what Kenny Omega did. As long as he shows up and then all of a sudden there is an exit plan for it, that's the biggest thing. You need an exit plan. Oh no, we're getting a trios match tonight, Nats. We're getting the RPG Vice and Hechicero, Don Callis bottom tier trio. Charles Robinson says he wants to be 3. That doesn't surprise me. No, it's fine. I'll be honest. I have the card downloaded on my phone. I didn't really look at it too hard, but I did know that I saw this, and I know it was a lower third that they had earlier, but once again, everybody, thank you for being here. For those on TikTok, make sure you hit the like, give me a follow, do the, and if you're liking what you're seeing right now, like the discussion, feel free to comment in here, anything, we can chat about it. Your comments do come through me. I haven't added the Twitch chat quite yet, or all the chat to the TikTok screen, so. So they gave Mystico his magical music coming over here. You want to talk about somebody trying to beat a dead horse? I think the people in the back rows are knowing this song, not... They're in Ontario, California. They're not in Mexico anymore. But yeah, for those in TikTok, please give it a share out. Let's see how many people we can get in here. If you actually are really interested in hanging out with an awesome community on a more full-time basis here, we are on Twitch here, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, the logo on the bottom of the screen. Stop by, say hi, hang out. What superstars, no matter what promotion, could you see at ECW? Mox. I think Mox would probably be ahead of it. I could... Parts of California feel like Mexico. Oh, fair enough. And I'll give you a coin for that. Isaac couldn't stand. He sat the entire... I kind of... Well, how old is he? Dirt? Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray both said that on it. Wow. 2 ex-wrestlers stated that the best wrestler in the world right now could be part of a brand new promotion that opens up. I think that's probably one of the most brilliant comments you could do all day. But yeah, just as we get things rolling here, like, could also see, well, Swerve could be like anybody on top of both rosters. I think could fit there rather well. I think it's all about how you book, and this really goes back to where we were talking about the champion versus champion thing, and goes back to a comment once again. I'm hauling you guys back over to that Heel Pops and Chair Shots podcast. You can book anybody into any position to be successful. Yes, they're going to have to take it and run with it. But if you get the proper machine behind someone and accent their positives and eliminate their negatives, you can pretty much have anybody as a top guy, right? And it actually came up, and here's Vic right in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you here. I've been reposting all those clips that come up. By the way, Vic, if you haven't seen, I went on X and literally right before the show, I wanted to get the show posters, so I searched AEW under on X. The third comment came up was your repost of the Mercedes Hogan comment. So, no, you're the rock star, guys. If it wasn't for you putting stuff up, and I'm just glad that everybody's here to hang out with it. So, we about to get Randy versus Cody because of Randy saying rearrange your skull, brother, and Cody. I don't know, Bray. I'm gonna be honest. I can't keep track enough of WWE enough as we're covering AEW right now, so we can always talk about that later because I really haven't seen much of it. I'm perfectly open with you guys. I am 2.5 hours clear of a 32-hour shift. Got to catch up on SmackDown. Yeah, like the only things I've seen are the clips that made the internet. And one of the biggest clips I saw was the fact that Flair and Bliss were teaming. For the record, I'm calling it right now. The NXT team to join up in Revolution will not be a team from NXT. For that four-way women's tag, it won't be an NXT team. It'll be an Impact team. Jessica McKay and Peyton Royce. You tell me the pop that wouldn't happen in that building for that team up in that four-way? I love for an Impact team to take it. Yeah, like as we go to a full commercial. Now I got a few seconds to refocus here. No, it's interesting right now with the fact that like we'll bounce. We're always bouncing back and forth here as we're chatting different things here, but it's very interesting. One thing I like about this right now is the fact that I don't. When you get to the Gauntlet Battle Royal here, and I'm going to AEW on this, I'm changing the subject just a little bit for a little second here, and unexpected matches and unexpected opponents. In terms of the Gauntlet match, you're probably looking at 6 people in this match that are going to be a part of it. Yeah, Bray, that's exactly what I think it's going to be. But, in terms of the Gauntlet match here, the fact that Briscoe and MJF are going to be in a feud that MJF asked for basically is telling me that we're probably not going to see MJF or Briscoe win it. I find quite often when it comes down to these huge matches like this, it's always broken down into people that do not have a feud with anybody else. So I'll ask you guys right now. Well, let's go 2 ways. Still missing it? We'll go find the World Wildlife Fund, Eric. They're right there with it. It's what happens when you get famous, guys. And once you start getting a little bit of traction, a little bit of notoriety, that's when that's when they're going to start suing. That's when they sued the then World Wrestling Federation. They had the same name together for years. But once WWE started to get a little more popular and they started making a little bit of money that they could pay off a copyright infringement, that's when the World Wildlife Fund took over, mainly because of the internet. Because when people typed up WWF on the internet, they came up to the World Wrestling Federation instead of the World Wildlife Fund, and that they thought that was taking money out of their pockets. And that's what started the whole claim thing, the whole sue thing, just the way everything worked out like that. Trust me, there is no way in hell, if you guys are familiar with this channel, or especially the YouTube channel that a lot of people are watching on right now, we originally called ourselves the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network. And I will tell you, if you check out the acronym, we were on the search engine if you looked up the acronym. It wasn't number 1, but it was in the top page. But why did the bigger company not say anything? Because we weren't making any money. We weren't making any clicks off of it. It was relayed on a search engine, but it wasn't enough for them to... Jesus! Wasn't enough for them to manage. Oh, God. Rocky's tooth is gone. Oh, I love Hitchicero. Standing splash fly out of nowhere. And that's one thing right now. And oh, by the way, has anybody looked at the AEW posters lately? The one with Brody King and having MJF in a headlock tipped over the ring with the words "hang in there" on the bottom of the screen. I'm actually considering getting that. He's got MJF with that weird look on his face. Okay, that was... You ever do a move that's extra impressive to not do much with it? Oh my God. Mark Briscoe, I think, plays basketball. Either that or he did a nice swim move there as a lineman. Actually, you know what would have been smarter if you just would have shot the arm up and go around. Then you could start talking about football plays and wrestling, right? Granted, a lot of wrestlers have come from football backgrounds. Quite often you'll see wrestlers who have bad knees. They'll usually take over into wrestling. Mystico going to work. Okay. Mystico doesn't care who he's going after. Rocky actually getting a move in. Impressive. Into the monkey flip. Oh, Trent went for the mask. Of course he's going for the mask. It's what every bad guy does. Also, they have announced that Mystico's going to be in the match. Okay. What do you guys think about the stipulation match? I know we're not getting a chance to talk about it much tonight. With the Bucks versus... Okay, so... Sorry to interrupt myself here, but... Shivani's sort of making it official right now that... There it is. The three-way, because we're not going to get a three-way for the TNT title. Because they want to have something different there. Right for now. Personally, I wouldn't mind a three-way. Wow, that armbar is Impact in a hurry. That Samurai del Sol, I do believe, is what... See, and a lot of people don't realize how devastating that move is because, well, he never really got a chance to show it off in the aforementioned Fed. The big thing about it is when you make that contact with the mat, as long as you're pulling on the arm, and I'm talking in a pure kayfabe sense here, if you're pulling on that arm as you hit the mat, the extra bounce of you going down and him pulling up at the same time, that's just like a little extra torque on your arm, and that's why the tap out usually happens so quickly with it. Because it's just natural body movement. You are going to bend more when you're going down and your opponent's not as much. All right, we got the voice, but we... El Jabroni. Esta canción. I can do the accent, I just don't know the words. I think it's where Kosher Pickle, I believe is MJF's name in Spanish. Kosher Pickle. It means this song. Oh, okay. I'm almost fluent. Well, I have many skills that a lot of people don't know about. I will find you. And I will get you if I need to. I am fluent in many skills. I love the whole long thought out promo by MJF and the response you get, kiss my ass. There is a, well, I don't know if there's a better way to put it other than kiss my ass. So yeah, for the record, I should be on approximately 2 o'clock next Saturday. 2 o'clock Eastern, sorry. I might even be on a little bit sooner. It's one of those afternoon shows that you're just ready to go. And this is why Collision was not on last Saturday. Because Swerve was a little bit occupied, and so was AEW for the most part. Anna Jay can change tires any day. But the fact that Swerve got to drive the pace car all around. Austin Dillon's got the... Oh, God, here we go. Folks, how long does this last? I've honestly tried to figure out where he lasts longer. In bed or in the ring. Not that I've wanted to think about it a whole lot. You guys, nothing wrong with that, but... This gimmick is dying on the... It's entertaining, but the more that he talks on these promos... I almost wonder how much this is... I'd love to see Powerhouse come out. But he's already had it. Everyone's like, yeah, it's a joke. Yeah! That's why... Oh, God. Could you imagine? Bring out Wardlow in his American Gladiators outfit. Some of the people out there were actually singing that. Oh, that's great. This crowd sucks. This crowd sucks. I mean, like the Jericho crap, this sucks. He is getting the gimmick over. And it's in... Tony Khan's playing in a good spot. Here we go. SCU in the house. I love this package. The package is going to be longer than the actual match. Folks, if you ain't ready, you better be getting ready. Yeah, the original tag team championships. He's a multi-time TNT champion. Once again, it's a tape show. That's why I'm not blowing my mind right now. Oh, I know all this stuff. Let's go. Reach for the sky, motherfuckers. And not that Mark Briscoe way. Vic, did you not even watch your own show, for God's sakes? I called that as one of my pop. That was my pop for Thursday. That was my pop on Thursday, man. Oh, I forgot. I gave everybody 5 seconds to turn off spoilers. SCU! You muted that part. Hey, I'm fine with that. That's why I went like this when I did the announcement, so nobody could even read lips on it. So, no, it's awesome, guys. Scorpio Sky is back at AEW. I know people have been asking for it for a while. Now let's see if it stays. $658 days, that's 2 calendar years. Need Frankie back? Nah, Frankie's good at TNA right now. Frankie's good being a shit disturber in TNA. Let him be the shit disturber sitting right next to Nick Nemeth like he was on Thursday. That hurt. That hurt. And a little TKO. That was a TKO, sir. Collision's like a 50-50, right? In terms of being live, it really is a 50-50. And there is a positive and a negative to it, Eric. As we're going to hit. All right, we've gone to a commercial break. Yeah, welcome back, Scorpio Sky. I love to see it. He's getting orange from me. You know what? He's even going to get a blat out of me here. No. Scorpio Sky, now let's see them do something with him. And that's the thing I'm looking forward to. And Scorpio Sky, if he wants to make a presence known, you put him in that Gauntlet Battle Royal and let him show off a little bit. And I think they'll do that. He'll be in there. Everybody knows exactly who else I want in there. Christopher Daniels as manager. Well, it's his buddy. They're all out there. They're SCU guys. They're all from LA. Like, they're all from the area. You don't know if this is going to be a full-time thing or not, but he was a corner man tonight, so we'll see. But, yeah, one thing I'll discuss is the fact that Collision is not live every week. And let's face it, we're probably looking at half and half, if not two-thirds, one-third. While I come up with my talk here about this for AEW, let me know who your surprise picks are for the Gauntlet in both matches, the men's and the women's. But yeah, as we're talking with AEW here, and we're talking about the surprise factor, and the fact that Collision isn't always taped. Yeah, Collision is live, sometimes it's taped, sometimes. I honestly feel that having a tape show might not be the worst thing in the world. And the last 2 weeks is a reason why. A lot of people don't show fan footage here. And of course, AEW doesn't promote fans recording matches in their seats, just like any other promotion would. But there have been talks going out. Like, what was it? The Battle of the Kyles was put over big time on Thursday when, after it was done, like, the reports circulating around said, hey, you guys need to check out this match. It's really well done. This week, the FTR Outrunners match was told it was well done. So that little extra buzz. Ooh, scissor me, Kyle. Yeah, just the fact that match went over well, you looked at Zodiac, I hate the fact that we have the same answers. God damn it. We call people. But yeah, there is a bad point to it with the fact that you can't really have anything explosive or exciting like a shock title change on a tape show because it'll get spoiled way too quickly. But you can also have really great matches and help promote them throughout that. And save your title changes for the live shows. Now, need James Storm. I know you've been pushing it, but I'd like to see it, but at the same time, I don't know. Blake and Shoddy Lee getting laid out. Oh, God, do I hate that laugh. All right, so they mentioned Willow's going to be in action. They didn't say anything else. So I'm assuming we're getting an All-Ray in the Ring match. Yep, we're getting an All-Ray in the Ring match. She's just so full of energy in that. Another cowboy who's returns the Collision cowboy. Jay White. I've heard that Jay White might have some setbacks. You're not sure. Oh, Vipress. She's done a little bit of work there, so let's put it this way. If you guys didn't listen to Chris Van Vliet this week with Christopher Daniels on it, do you guys remember when Christopher Daniels had that eye patch after that match with the Bucks, and he got super kick in the face with the loaded sneakers? That eye patch he was wearing for like months, complete kayfabe job. Complete. The black eye lasted 3 days. So Blake Christian in his young 90s HBK phase. Wouldn't surprise me. I'd like to see Blake get a little bit more of a chance there. And yeah, Eric, I agree with you. Back in the 80s, the old WWF Superstars Wrestling Challenge was never live. I wonder if Wheeler Yuta realizes that, following a woman around the way that he's doing with Statlander, that can be determined as a stalking, I do believe is what the term is. Oh my God. Hair's going up. Usually means one or two things. Either way, business is about to pick up. Bounce! Period. Sorry, it just showed up. I had to do it. Automatic. Speaking of that, can I call Monty Brown for the Gauntlet Battle Royal? Or the Gauntlet match? Can I call Monty Brown in there? Just for £1? Or maybe even, Keith Lee and Monty Brown having dual pounces? Is a Collision a brand split? Nats, we talked about this before. And, Mickey James is signed to WWE, Nats. But Collision and Dynamite are not a hard... I don't think Billy turns. I don't think Billy turns. I think Anthony turns. And Fletcher does show up on Dynamite. That's why I say it's like a soft... It's a soft brand split. And this is something people have begged for a long time out of WWE. And in many ways they did do it. In many ways they didn't. You got certain figures that are going to show up on both shows. And I think it's going to be a little more segregated after All In. Because they are considering this new unified title that Okada and Omega are fighting over. They want to consider that a second world title in many ways. So there is a possibility that I don't think they're ever going to formally announce that they're going to have the official brand split between the two. But I think there's going to be what you would call a soft brand split. And that's what I've been bringing up before. Like certain guys are going to show up on A shows. Certain people are going to be on B shows. I've been to both of them. I've been to an AEW taping of Dynamite. I've been to Raw. I've been to SmackDown. I've been to a WWE pay-per-view, No Way Out 2004. And in 3 months, I'm going to be at a TNA pay-per-view, Victory Road, which is being held in Edmonton on my birthday. So I still get my ticket, but it ain't selling out that fast, so I'll be good. Was that the Great American Bash Show for? Oh, yeah. That's right. You were telling me the night that the Taker decided that Paul Bearer needed to be covered in oatmeal. We tell our kids it was oatmeal, right? 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 It was oatmeal. He just really loves oatmeal. He's overweight, so he eats lots of oatmeal.
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life.
I feel it's more apropos tonight to pull out the Randy Savageisms, whatever you want to call it, during this match. All right, we're just going to have a Donnybrook right off the bat. Ace Austin's coming out Montreal. Good for him. Nats, forgive me. This is wrestling. So you gotta, there's more than one way that phrase could be described here. I'm assuming you're talking about just a great match as a single star. Oh, Shivani having fun with Stokely there as always. Oh, he's just literally coming out. Okay. I'm surprised they're doing that match now. What's the main event tonight, Nats? These teams are taking me back to the 90s. Such a great... Honestly, and what I've heard, Vic, when it comes to this match, and this is some of the reports that came down earlier, that this match is actually probably one of the best ones that they've seen out of both teams in a fair bit. Hey, Dojo Baseball, how you doing? Good to see you here tonight. Good to see everybody here tonight. Everybody all over the place here tonight. Whether you're watching on TikTok, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Twitch, thank you everybody for stopping by. We have really started to hit a roll lately with these. Oh, now we get to access it on all right, so we get a credit if we buy all in on Amazon. I think I'm going to try it out. just to see what the quality is going to be. You notice Triller's bat not on there again. Ugh. So last time I did ppv.com, I think it's like a $5 difference to pick it up on Amazon. So if it's a $5 difference, I'll try it out just to see what it's like. That way I can compare and give you guys some notes about what's going on with it. Because I think I'm going to have a review of my Roland Bridge cast as we... So, just a quick note. I'm going to get into a summary of what I'm doing later. Hey, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. You're here every week, and I appreciate you. There is so many old school tactics here. I absolutely love it. If you guys wanted to see what 80s and early 90s wrestling was, it's right here. These two right here. But yeah, quick note for you guys. Went 3-3 in the Weekend Classic. We're going to get into Game 3 here after we're done here on Collision. Probably going to run at least 2 games. But just as a heads up, I won't be on stream tomorrow because, well, frankly, I'm changing my mixer back to my old one. I picked up this brand new $300 mixer because everybody was worried about the old one becoming outdated and whatnot. And I thought I'd try something new and different. God, did I make a mistake. The final nail in the coffin was this past Thursday with me trying to get on Vic's podcast. All it would do is skip and buffer. So I'm going to go back to what I had before. I'll be back. Dogs crying fireworks behind the house. If they're crying fireworks, make sure you put out the wick and save those because they're worth money right now. There's an old school kick. Well, I've seen people say that they're shitting bricks. I've heard they're crying fireworks. You know, that's worth money. Save that money. My God, so much freaking nostalgia here in this matchup. This is amazing. Tony, don't call the move before it happens. Jesus. Cash breaking it all up, you jerk. TNA doing a big arena paper. Yeah, they're doing No Surrender in a week and a half. And I'm really looking forward to it. The fact that they've almost got I think last I heard was 5,000 sold for that show, which is absolutely amazing for them. They're running the same, I think they're running the same venue that AEW did Revolution in. It's, yeah, the home of the Islanders, so MJF's essential home field advantage for him. So, no, I'm just happy that a lot of wrestling is getting the attention it deserves. A lot of the good wrestling. It sucks, and I don't want to make that sound bad because Evolution isn't getting the ticket sales it should. It's probably going to pick up a fair bit the last week of. I think that one is really going to be affected by the floating pricing. Because I'm sorry, I know that NXT isn't selling a lot of tickets for their show on the Saturday afternoon, but the cheapest ticket available right now is $148 US. And it's not even that, and that's for the cheapest ticket. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I've heard of friends and family shows before, but No, go take a look at yourself, Nats. I don't need to argue with you. I know McG, one of our favorites here in the chat, he was posting that, so he got a chance to take a look and explore it a little bit more here. But yeah, the one thing about variable pricing, it will come down day of. You do risk that possibility that you might not be able to get tickets. That's the only thing. And it's sort of a gamble, right? I've played that gamble before and lost as well, with the fact that I wasn't able to get tickets to certain shows, X or Y. And if I'm not able to get those shows, well, so be it. It was a risk you have to take sometimes. Like, I'm getting, like, I get it. It's not the live experience. And, you know, wrestling live is one of the best things in the world right now. But the fact that you can get the option of either AEW for a third of the price taped, or triple the price live for a 5-card show when you can be getting double the matches later on. So we go through the commercial break and the Outrunners are busted open. Hey, Takara World. You know what? I would not... By the way, thank you for your comment. And Mercedes wins and continues until she faces Bailey W at AEW Wrestle Dream. We've talked about here on the channel more than once about the fact we'd love to see Bailey come over here, and as soon as her contract's done, we almost feel like she should. I do wonder, she might end up going back to Davina Rose. If you guys aren't familiar, Davina Rose was her indie name in the San Francisco, Ontario area that we were talking about. So late 2026, a Bailey contract expired. We don't know the exact date, Takara. And one thing we try to do here is try not to speculate too much. We'd love to see it, though. Fair enough. Bailey Dub. Exactly. I should find some kind of AI sound to put that together, but no, I really do hope that I don't care who wins that match between Tony and Mercedes. I want a good storyline coming out of it. I think Mercedes probably will, just because there is a lot of potential for a lot of stories to come out of that. Did you guys see Chris Statlander's post on X right after she won the Eve World title? Was it Friday night? Yeah, it was out this morning, she put it. One of the fan pages for Statlander showed Chris with her title. And Mercedes replies on it on X, well, would you look at that? And Statlander herself gets on there as a reply, get away from me. FTR just beating the living crap out of the Outrunners here. It's a double DDT, you dumbass. I love Shivani, don't get me wrong. It gets annoying to me when he gets basic moves wrong. I'm sorry, a double DDT is not a hard move to call. But Tony loves telling stories, and I love having him there. And speaking of that, shout out to Jim Ross, who indicated that he is cancer-free and will be at All In next weekend. Him ended up calling calling Moxley and Page as he's trying to tell that story. I wonder if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. I think Shivani is sort of in the same boat as JR, having them set up as, working a few matches, not everything, might be the best thing to happen to both of them. Because if you haven't seen, they're actually moving Riccaboni into Riccaboni, sorry. I keep screwing Ian Riccaboni, and I apologize to Ian for not getting his two double letters backwards all the time. But now that Ian's announced that he's holy crap. Holy crap, what a sequence. I don't know if that was a modified powerbomb neck breaker or an inverted shatter machine. Whatever the hell it was effective. Oh, here we go. Hot tag number 2. I love that Turbo's still selling the knee a little bit. Whether he's not selling it or whether he's selling it or not. Why couldn't we get this when they faced their Hurt Syndicate? Well, I think TK... Well, here's the thing, Zodiac, and I think TK made this mistake doing that. But I also think it might have been a necessary step. Because that little bit of embarrassment and the fact that they basically got... It was one of those, we'll have fun with you until it gets serious, and then we're going to mop the floor with you. I think that could have been a wake-up call for both these teams. And the fact that I will say that as much as these guys were written down as far as they were, a match like this can bring the Outrunners right back to where we needed them to be before. And because of the injury and the dragon screw right now, that he's on top of it. It actually looks like that might actually be it might be a good excuse for them to lose this. That was a weak leapfrog. Oh my God! Hashtag steal a finisher. Let's go. And Dax flies in there like a rocket. Let's go. This is freaking awesome right now. This is absolutely freaking amazing right now. I love this. And once again, everybody, just thank you for sharing this with me, because this is a lot of fun here watching this. This is insane. And just think, we get Garcia and Fletcher coming up after. Well, we have that women's 8-person tag. So maybe the match, it very well could be. And like I said, like, the internet didn't lie. I like the fact the internet didn't spoil anything, but they didn't lie either. They said a lot of people said a lot of good things about this match. There's the original. And that's the thing with FTR. One mistake, and they could cash in. And Stokely just grabbing the ankle for dear life here. Stokely does that stuff. That's all he does. Officer, I'd like to report a stolen collision. All right, that's enough. We don't need too long here, but no, honestly, this is that was awesome. This is the kind of stuff, and the reason why having Collision taped isn't exactly the worst thing in the world, because when people hear that this match is this good, and they can't see it anywhere else but watching it on Collision, this is how you get your numbers up. Don't even kid yourself, and prepare yourself for the worst if you're watching on socials. Yes, I know you always have to anyway, because there's a lot of behave, Mixer. There's a lot of drama everywhere. However, be prepared for a very small number in terms of I'll get to the stretch here, quick sec. Expect a small number for the people that watch tonight, just because it is on the 4th of July weekend. Because, you know, it's great to have a lot of people. By the way, shout out to Sagat coming out next month here for Street Fighter 6. Well, let's... all right. Oh, sucks when you're out of shape, but but yeah, right after Evo's done, first week of August, Sagat comes out for Street Fighter 6. We will definitely be checking him out. Yeah, just once again, like we were saying, Collision being taped is not exactly the worst thing in the world, because you get to advertise matches like this that everybody knows is going on. It happened a lot with Impact when they had a lot of good matches going on in their 4-week taping. The only problem with Impact and when they were taping is they were taping 4 weeks at a time. So if you had a match on a Sunday that absolutely went crazy for everyone, you had to figure out which block it was going to be put in. And when it comes to TNA, I don't know what they do now, but I know in their previous set of tapings and their old regimes, they wouldn't necessarily tape in order. Like, most of it would be in a somewhat general order, just in case there's an injury and you can follow through on that. But they would sometimes book things in rather weird ways, because then, let's say you have to redo a spot or something in a match, gives you the opportunity to throw those guys back out there. And I think one of the most famous ones was Heath Slater going out with the now Mystico. There was a spot that he had to do that he missed 3 times, so they had to go back and redo the match 3 times for the crowd. All right, this is going to be a little bit of craziness here. So we got TJ, Thunder Rosa, and Queen Aminata. Megan Bayne didn't get an entrance. Sorry, Zodiac. Because of the lack of entrance, I will get that in for you right now. So you're having way too much fun. Quit it. All the heels did not get an entrance tonight. You know they're running around. No, it's because they pack so much in, they don't have time to clean it up, right? So they did the introductions during the break. Like the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, who might be the former Ring of Honor's Women's Champion as of next Friday. And I'll tell you, that will speak a lot if that's the case. Which I will put money down to say that it probably will be the case. How else do you bring Athena up if she's still Ring of Honor champ and she's still got she's already killed that title. Yes, she's the longest reigning champion ever, but when you've run through the division, what, twice? There's just not much left to do with that. It's like beating a dead horse. Well, how do I put it properly? You guys remember the example I gave you about Eddie Kingston and Claudio and what Eddie Kingston would do to Claudio? That's what Athena's done with the ROH World title. She skinned the entire division, let it bleed out, pumped it full back of blood, skinned the other half, let that bleed out already. And speaking of skinning and bleeding out, hey, Mick G, how you doing today? Good to see you. We actually brought up a reference to you tonight, sir. And balls to everybody. We were talking about I'll do that for you just for the heck of it there, McG. No, oh God. So instead of it being called the Devil's Kiss, it's called Chocolate Kisses from Queen Anamanada. Oh, that's great. Athena's face is awesome there. Athena's like, I can handle this, I can handle this. And then all of a sudden turns around and sees Thunder Rosa. She's like, and the instant tag into Megan Bayne. So they're running Supercard at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're running Supercard before SmackDown. Is that a smart thing? I think it might be. I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to the fact that it's going to be a 6 p.m. Eastern time show. If that's the case, we're definitely going to be on here streaming it. So yeah, for those watching on the old TikTok and YouTube and Twitch, we'll be on all three here a lot next week. We'll get into more specifics later, but do yourself a favor. Make sure you're following here or subscribe, depending on your platform. It'll tell you each and every time that we go live. I saw the placard and it showed 6 o'clock p.m. I'm going to double check that. Never Google stuff. It just doesn't work. By the way, shout out to Lance Archer for 25 years in pro wrestling today. No, it says 6 o'clock. Okay. Sorry, it's 8 o'clock. My bad. The font's bad. Let's put it that way. One thing I'll say about this poster, I thought it said 6. Either way, I think we'll be on here regardless. The Muda Hawk. Which I honestly feel that you want to talk about people that are going to get into commentary once they're done their career. I think Lance Archer should be one of those guys as well. We were talking about Adam Cole earlier tonight, who just feels like a natural. Whenever Archer's been given the opportunity to be a part of commentary booth, whether it's be for a match, whether it be for a show, he's always, showing off. To paraphrase another very prominent wrestler that formerly was in WWE. So yeah, Adam Cole should be on commentary. Lance Archer should be on commentary. The future is there. Like, let's face it, Shivani and JR are a lot closer on their way out than on their way in. They can do it as long as they really want to, as long as TK's smart about it. It's like everything else. He's smart about booking. If your promoter's smart about booking all facets of your show, you're going to get a lot more out of it. And that's just like... love the afternoon shows, Eric? Absolutely. Here's the thing. I love them when I can get the time off of work for them. Because I work in retail, I work from... sorry, Tekla's doing work. I got caught up for a second there. I work retail, so I work until 6 p.m. Eastern. So the fact that you're running these afternoon shows means that either I book off work or I miss them. And I'm sorry, all in, I am not missing. So I already got this one booked. I already got next year's booked already. Because I'm assuming it's going to be that Forbidden Door weekend that we have this year. Wow, Shivani missed Tymel's name. That is rough. Ty's so fired up, she can't even get her hair out of her face. Jesus. And a third one. Pump kicks for everyone. Well, for one person 3 times. Now, we're getting to a good point. They're going to the finisher. Don't even... So a GT, that is a nice finisher, by the way. The gory bomb into a GTH. If they could get if they can get the spacing apart proper a little better, I think it'd be absolutely perfect for them. Bucks, Claudio, and Mox versus Hangman, Osprey, Hobbs, and Shabbat. Oh god. MJ Talkie Talk. Well, Joe's going to kill Yuta. Well, we're finally getting... Oh, God. That's going to be a fun match on Wednesday. I hope each and every one of you get a chance to stop in and watch it with me here. Because Wednesday's going to be absolutely amazing. Thursday's going to be fun. Yeah, they're saying 6. They've changed the time of it. It is 6. Look at the graphic right on the screen. I guess we're doing a late afternoon show. Well, late afternoon here. It'll be early evening for you guys on the East Coast. So yeah, we're going to be done Supercard of Honor before they're done, before SmackDown starts. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. Sky Blue's out there. I'm like, that is not Penelope Ford getting interference in. Well, Sky got decked. Now Penelope's being a distraction, so something else is going to happen here. Yep, there it is. Flying lariat. We're done. Up. Running powerbomb. So not going for the face descent this time. I wonder if she's starting to use that as a second finisher, or is she just replacing it? Because a lot of people were doing the Brock bounce when she was doing her finish there. So who is actually on the team if they're doing that? I love that they're doing this promo, but I want a different wasn't this the same promo we got got on Wednesday? Like, I really do hope that she is going to have such tremendous pressure on her coming in here. Because a lot of people are just going to say, oh, she's Mrs. Will Ospreay. No, she has to prove that she's more than that, right? And that's like a double pressure that she really doesn't deserve in many ways, personally. So I think she can do it, but it's going to be a tale as old as time here because, like I said, there is an extra little bit of incentive there to make sure that happens. So. But as per tradition here, for those that are new here, we didn't get a chance to do this on Wednesday because everything just went crazy. I give you guys a bit of a breakdown about what's going to be coming up here on the channel for the next week. Once again, everybody on YouTube and TikTok, thank you for being here. Make sure you throw some hearts out, follow if you haven't already, share this out. As of right now, our plan is to go for all AEW pay-per-views, Dynamite's, Collisions, over both on YouTube and TikTok. And you guys on Twitch, thank you once again. The OGs, I've been here almost 5 years now. And without each one of the communities here, all three of you, without you all being here, it just doesn't make stuff like this worthwhile. So once again, thank you. Make sure you follow if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe, YouTube. Same thing with, if you really like what you see, there are those other buttons there. I would really appreciate the support and anything that you guys do towards our channel will always go back into the channel to make things better. So, as terms of what we're going to be doing here, next time we're going to be live on TikTok and YouTube is going to be next Wednesday with AEW Dynamite. You saw the rundown. It's going to be the week. It's the week of All In. It's going to be a banger of a show, guaranteed. For Twitch, right after we're done here tonight, we're going to hop into MLB The Show 25. I'm going to try and get a tiny bit of redemption as we go into games 3 and 4 of the Weekend Classic at least. Well, hell, if I get blown out in 3, I might just say to hell with it for tonight, but we'll see how things go here. I won't be on tomorrow because I'm changing my sound system around on the computer here, and I got to get some videos edited. We got some brand new videos on our gaming channel, Backbreaker_gaming. Walker Pipe Guy is making his debut this week with 5 videos. Dragon Quest 11 is going to be 4 parts of that. And then next Saturday, the Extra Life Edmonton Wrestling presents Dollars and Cents 3. The pay-per-view will be available. It came up past June 15th. You guys will get a chance to see it up on our YouTube channel. So be back Monday. We're probably going to be firing up. I might even fire up Perfect City Girls. We haven't done that in a while. Tuesday, Backbreaker Fight Club. Wednesday, AEW Dynamite. Thursday, Collision. Friday, Ring of Honor. Saturday, All In. Sunday, who knows what we're going to do because I'm on holidays for that last day. We'll see how things go. But once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Let's get to our main event of the evening. I'd love to see one more call for JR and King of WrestleMania. I don't. No, you don't. Eric, with all due respect, having both of them together now might not be the best. Some things are better left in the past, with all due respect. If you want to see it, great. I'll give you all full credit for it, but I think, honestly, it's better if we keep that in the past. A lot of times you should remember the things you had rather than the things you have. Oh, great. We get Cole and Callis here at the same time. Makes me happy that I actually stream over here with you guys. So this is going to be a non-finish if I ever seen one. But they're getting 15 minutes. May have to bail on Wednesday for... You know what? Life happens. And especially when you're trying to balance work and life and try to get all your recordings in. Oh, and Zodiac, just so you know, and Vic, I already trashed him on... I went on his show and trashed him for it. I tried that video out, or I tried the file again from 2K, and it seems like it basically bit on us, so. Only doing it because I'm drawing. You know what? Frankly, for that week, message me after because we'll talk. I think if we got to redo this, I want everybody there for the draft, so we might wait a week. And we'll start right after All In. It appears that the season will not load. I will check it out again probably tomorrow just to confirm. But I tried it out yesterday again, and it just tells me that somebody left. Won't be this, yeah. Like that's why I said we might schedule for next Wednesday. Because I don't think we want to do it during Saturday night's main event. But yeah, we'll discuss it later. But once again, everybody, if you want, and here's a question for you, chat, and everybody in all 3 panels, feel free to chime in. Would you guys be interested if we just sat down one night and just shot the you know what about wrestling in general. Like, I got a few ideas about the format. If anybody would be interested and want to sit down, we'd have some topics to go through and some things to discuss, but it would be a rather loose panel. But it seems like we all enjoy talking about wrestling so much that it might be apropos that we sit back and we talk about the things going on in wrestling a little bit more. Garcia telling Callis that he's number one. And Fletcher trying to indicate that that's the number of that Garcia has left after. Oh, God. That was a flip. That was the most awkward dance I think I've ever seen Daniel Garcia do. Now, I don't know how hot of a take this is, chat, but I honestly feel that this match here is sort of a microcosm of something we're going to see for like the next 10 years here in AEW. So this is the 2-year anniversary of the first time that Don Callis got booed out of the building so intensely that nobody could hear him. And the reason I know that is because it was 2 years ago today that it was Adam Cole's birthday in Edmonton. And we were the ones to do it first, so I don't care what anybody says, we were first. Fletchlight section. Ah, boy. There's a meme way to go. There's a meme right there. People love the bad guy. What can we say? And Garcia split open. And he's just literally going, as we head into our last commercial break of the night, as they're going picture in picture here. I really wish they would fix these videos up a little better, but that will require them to take the effort to do it, and I don't think they're willing to do that at this point. But yeah, there is so much good wrestling going on tonight, and I'm assuming that MLP's going great. Just seeing a lot of good things come down from it, and we also, there's a lot of great independent shows going on. I know in Alberta, PPW's running tonight out of Lethbridge. They got their show going here, and I think RCW's running tonight too, and Top Talent's running in Smoke and Sylvan Lake, so they're doing a house show up there. So I've heard nothing but good things from the Top Talent show from last week. They had Ultima Guerrero and Elena Black in town. Once again, I get the privilege of working that night. But do yourself a favor. If you get a chance to go see some live wrestling, do so. Give yourself the opportunity. I know it's not for everybody. I know that COVID might have done a lot of things to a lot of people. I know it's done a lot to me. Like, the amount of times I go out now versus what I did before COVID is severely reduced. Severely. And not only is it because of the success I'm having here and all the times I get the opportunity to chat with all of you, but it's just that overall anxiety of being out in public. And it really didn't help that the first time I went out for a non-work related episode after the whole pandemic was Raw in Edmonton, and I got COVID the first night. So that just like basically turned that into a nightmare. But no, I do highly encourage you guys to take the opportunity to go out to an independent wrestling show if you can. And check them out. That's where all these wrestlers get started. There's a couple wrestlers right now that are just on the cusp of getting into the big time that got their start up here. And I think the most notable one that a lot of people will know is Gigi Ray. She's currently in Booker T's promotion, Reality of Wrestling. She's made performances on other ones, so I think next Saturday night's big event. Yeah. I think that's how they're booking it every 3 years, so. Hey, McGee, you know what? It's fine. Hey, Boris, how you doing tonight? Are you ready to talk World War III tonight? For those who want to keep the wrestling chat up, Big Bad Boris is going to be over on Love Wrestling later tonight. Chatting about World War... That was last week? I thought it was... What do you got this week, my friend? Brawl for All. Even worse. That's right. My bad. Sorry, my bad. Apologies. Sorry. I just... Hey, it's all good. It's all good. No, personally, I like to correct myself whenever possible, Boris, but no, I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going good with Love Wrestling for you and whatnot. We've been having, the hell is Kyle the hell? Alec Price, the great indie wrestler. Look him up if you, hey, there you go. Like, there's a lot of people that, I think Alex actually has been on a couple episodes of Dynamite before. By the way, once again, big shout out to Big Jess Youngblood. He got a lot of love today because of the Adam Cole happy birthday segment they had in Edmonton. He was basically the background of the whole thing. Love Alex Price a lot. Yeah. Like, there's so many great independent wrestlers that are just on the cusp and they just need the break, right? And I think maybe one of those that I'll talk about for Western Canada more than anything else, Michael Allen Richard Clark, who is from Saskatchewan, got a start out there and here in Alberta, and he's being featured on the Maple Leaf Pro card tonight. And by all accounts, he shows up and shows off. Yes, I'm still in that phrase again because, well, it applies. That card looks great. Yeah, like I'm probably going to get a chance to watch I might throw up the VOD tomorrow. Like I said, I am taking tomorrow off. I'm going to go back to my old mixer. I think I might need to do I'm going to do a personal review of my current mixer here. This Roland Bridgecast has just caused me... I'm not going to say nothing but problems, but I'm going to go back to the old one until I can find out what's like better. Jesus, criminy, what a power bomb. But I do have to say, Boris, I appreciate you, especially, you know, how your calls are a lot more accurate than Tony Schiavone tonight. Don't get me wrong, Schiavone's a great commentator, tells great stories, but sometimes it just annoys me when he gets moves completely wrong. Like Legends of Wrestling type wrong. He's not calling arm drag suplexes, so it's not that bad, but at the same time, And if you guys aren't familiar, the Legends of Wrestling pay-per-view, ugh. The Dragon Tamer, a.k.a. the Sharpshitter. Because it doesn't look the same as Brett's. Oh, man. Sorry, I forgot. I gotta, Oh, and that's the counter. When Garcia tries to overdo it. Oh, there we go. Brett the shitman. Hey. A little respect for the name, sir. That is the arch enemy of future world champion, Bill Goldberg. Future world champion, as in next week. And actually, this makes a lot of sense. Another called spot from exactly, like, do yourself a favor, guys. If you want to know a lot about what's going on, I am going to do a preview show for All In, but do yourself a favor. Go check out that Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots from yesterday. I gave a lot of my insight about what's going to be happening at All In. Didn't give everything. You know, I got to give a little taste. Just a little taste. If you want a little taste, then you come back here. We'll give you the whole meal, but we'll give you a little bit of taste there somewhere else. No, Fletcher's already had some some legendary matches. And just wait. He's going to get those. He's going to get those opportunities. He's going to get those opportunities. Whether he cashes out on them, that's all on him. He's got all the potential in the world to do it. I love how Callis is trying to justify every little detail. Respectfully, I would like to see Fletcher and Cole personally. Having Garcia in there. That is an AEW staple right there. The guy uses every last thing he can to get back into the ring. Yep, there it is. Fletcher and Cole at All In, folks. My God, that match could open the show. That match could be the opening match of the card. There might be a possibility it could be Mercedes and Tony that open. I think they're going to spread those out mid-card and card. I honestly feel Texas Death has to main event this card. Well, like I said, we can get into that, little more particulars about that next week. But all in all tonight, like, what a fantastic card. AEW is just on a roll right now. When it comes to, like, I don't think they had a real sour match in the bunch. Even the Viperous Willow Nightingale match was, had a little bit of fire to it. We all knew who was going to win, but it wasn't exactly a cut and dry, quick match as per se. It did all the details that it needed to, and created a lot of good fortune for a lot of people. So, but I am absolutely stoked for next week. Like, we're going to have an absolute fun time next week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all AEW and AEW related stuff. And we're going to have to double check what's going on with that Ring of Honor start time. Whether it's 6 or whether it's 8. The older posters had 8 p.m., but that graphic with Athena and Thunder Rosa tonight had a 6 o'clock start on there. Did it magically get changed? Did Tony Khan do another let's move it away from WWE so everybody gets a chance to watch it spot? It's on the Watch ROH channel, so it's the main reason why I keep the subscription is because the 4 pay-per-views are free, so. Or the 4 pay-per-views are included. I don't want to say they're free, but. No, all in all, a lot of fun tonight and a really good experience hanging out with each and every one of you here. And I'm just going to put a snooze on this because we're going to wrap things up on this end right away. I'll send you guys to a commercial. Those on Twitch, I'll send you a commercial break here in a moment. But for those on YouTube, those on TikTok, well, first of all, TikTok, once again, thank you for being here. Not 100% sure how to shut this off separately, so I'm just going to close her off here. But once again, we will be back here on Wednesday. Make sure that you repost if you can. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. Send some hearts. I think that's what I'm still not 100% sure of the culture of that, but it should work. But either way, we will see you all here Wednesday with the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Take care, everybody. Tiki Talk, you are off the air. Now, YouTubes. Once again, thank everybody for being here. You guys have been talkative. You've been crazy tonight. It's been a lot of fun having you here, but unfortunately, due to copyright and all that stuff, plus we're going to get the VODs up later. We're going to wrap this up over here on the YouTube channel. So once again, everybody on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe. Tell all your friends about us. And we'll see y'all here Wednesday live with AEW Dynamite and our ever fun sidecast. Take care, everybody.